Hi, I'm Ross, and this is Teacher's Perspective. Welcome to Level 1 of Arithmetic Mastery. By the end of these 10 lessons, you will know everything there is to know about arithmetic in Year 4. You should already have the test in front of you, ready to go. Now, I would suggest you get a piece of paper to do some extra working out, because some of the questions are a little bit tricky and they do require some working out. You've got 20 minutes for this. However, if it doesn't take you that long, it's okay. Just skip towards the end of the timer. After that, I'll go through the questions with you so that you know how to get the correct answer and whether you got it right or not. On the answer sheet, you'll be able to see where you rank in terms of arithmetic mastery. If you can get 20 out of 20, then you are an arithmetic master. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, off you go. And that is time up. Hopefully you found that okay. Maybe there's a few questions you found tricky, but don't worry, I'm about to show you how to do each and every one of them. Get a different coloured pen or pencil ready so that you can mark, and let's find out if you have made it to arithmetic mastery. The first question is 25 plus 10. In order to get this one correct and make sure I get it correct, I'm going to do it in column method. It looks like this. 25 plus 10. Now that I've done that, I can add together the ones column and also the tens column. The ones column is just here. 5 add 0 is 5. Tens column just here. 2 add 1 is 3. So the answer to the first question is 35. Question number 2. We have 2 plus 2 plus 2. For this, I can just count in my 2's and I can write it out to help me. 2, 4, 6. If I add my 2's together, I'm going to get 6 as my answer. We've got another addition question for number 3. This time, it's going to be a 2-digit number plus a 2-digit number. 42 plus 25. Setting it up the same way as we do for column addition. 2 plus 5 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. My answer is 67. Question 4 is 3 times 5. 3 groups of 5. Now for this, I can either count in my 3's or I can count in my 5's. I'm going to do my 3's because that's the one I just feel like doing. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My answer is 15. Question 5, we have $450 subtract something equals $440. I can simply use the answer to help me work out what comes here. This is a missing number question. So what is the difference between 440 and 450? The difference is 10, which means in this space just here, let me rub it out so we can put it in, I need $10. Please forgive the way that I have drawn the dollar signs. I'm not from the USA, so I don't practice writing dollars that much. I'm more used to this kind of thing. Question number 6, 3 times 4. Again, I'm going to write out my 3 times table because I've practiced it already, but you could also do this with your 4 times table. 3, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. My answer is 12. Question 7, 499 subtract 34. I'm going to do this one as column subtraction, okay, or written method for subtraction. For that, I need to go to my ones column first, always starting at this side. 9 subtract 4 is 5. 9 subtract 3 is 6. 4 subtract nothing is 4. So my answer is 465. Question 8 is another addition question. 527 plus 29. Putting it into column method like this. 7 plus 9, this is actually quite a big number here, it's going over 10, so I'm going to have to do some exchanging. 7 plus 9 is 16, so I'm going to put the 6 from the 16 just here and carry the 10 over to this column. Now I know that I need to add the 10 when I'm adding the other 2 10s just here. 2 add 2 is 4, add the 1 is 5. 5 add nothing is 5. 556. Question 9. Some fractions. Don't be scared, they're not that bad. 1/2 of 24 is equal to, For this, all I need to do is divide this number here by the denominator, the bottom number in the fraction. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then whatever my answer is, I times it by the numerator. For this type of question, this is always the method that we need to follow. So 12 multiplied by 1 is 12, which means my answer is 12. Another fractions question. 3 tenths plus 4 tenths is equal to, well, this is quite a straightforward one because my denominators, the bottom number, it's the same. So I already know my answer is going to have 10 in the bottom, the denominator. Then all I need to do is add my numerators. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 tenths is the correct answer. Question 11. 719 subtract 537. 9 subtract 7 is 2. 1 subtract 3. I actually can't do that, so I'm going to have to borrow from the hundreds column. 7 becomes 6. And now I'm going to think of this as 11. 11 subtract 3 is 8. 6 subtract 5 is 1. 182. Question 12. 16 divided by something equals 4. Similar to another question we did, we can use the answer here to help us work out what the missing number is. I can do 16 divided by 4, then whatever my answer is goes just here. So 16 divided by 4 is 4, 8, 12, 16. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also 4. Question 13, more addition. We've had quite a lot of those in this test. 269 at 436. Remember, I could write these in any order. I could put 436 at the top. Because it's addition, it doesn't matter which way round I add them. 9 add 6 is 15, but I'm going to have to put the 10 that's extra in here. 6 plus 3 is 9, and the other one is 10, so I'm going to put the 0 there and carry the 1 over. 2 plus 4 is 6, add the 1 is 7. 705. Question 14. 48 multiplied by 3. Now, this might seem like quite a big number, and if I really wanted to, I could count in my 3 times table 48 times, but that's going to take me quite a while, and there's a much easier way of doing it. If I partition 48 to see how many 1s I have, which is 8, how many 10s I have, which is 4, I know that 4 10s is worth 40. So now all I need to do is 3 times 8, which is 24, and 3 times 40. Now, you might be able to count in your 40s if you know your 4 times table quite well, but there's a really easy trick that you can do. If you just cover up that 0, pretend it's not there, you can do 4 times 3, which is 12, and then make sure you put that 0 back on your answer. 120. Now, once you've done that, you can just add these two numbers together. 120, add 24, 144. There are other ways that you can do this question too. There is a written method for multiplication, but if you don't know how to do that, this is usually your best bet. Okay, question 15. 1/3 add something equals 1 whole. Now, for this question, I can think about what is 1 whole as a fraction. Anytime that I want to write 1 whole, I just need to make sure that the numerator and the denominator are the same. Why have I picked 3? Well, because I'm already dealing with a denominator of 3 here. This is known as a third, okay? Just on a little side note, if I'm going over things just now and you're not too sure, just remember this is level 1. Once you've gone through all 10 levels, most of this stuff is going to make sense to you. It might be new to you just now, but that's fine. Anyway, back to our answers. 1 whole is written as 3/3. If I really wanted to, I could write it as 7 7s, 8 8s, 1,000 1,000ths, but that's not going to help me work out the answer just here. So let me rub that off for now. 1/3 plus something equals 3/3. I know when I'm adding fractions with the same denominator, all I need to do is look at the two numerators to find out what do I need to get to 3/3. 1 plus 2 equals 3, so the fraction that's missing here is 2/3. Number 16. 450 subtract something is the same as 310 plus 100. Remember, this equal sign here just means whatever's on this side is equal to whatever's on this side. They have to have the same answer when we work them out. So for this question, I need to work out this side first of all. 310 plus 100 is 410. Now I need to think, 450 subtract something equals 410. Maybe I can do this one mentally. I'm only changing the tens column because the hundreds is the same and the ones is the same. I'm changing the tens column from a 5 to a 1. How do I get from 5 to 1? I subtract 4. So the answer must be 4 in the tens and 0 in the ones. 40. Question 17, we're almost there. 2/3, 54 equal to what? Now, I'm going to start by dividing by the denominator. This is how we answer these types of questions. 54 divided by 3. I don't know my 3 times table all the way up to those amounts. That's a joke, I'm a teacher, so I do. I'm just pretending for the purpose of this question. So 54 is quite a big number. I'm going to partition that, break it down into smaller chunks so that I can more easily divide it by 3. 54, I could put 30 in there because I know that that's 10 times 3. Then what's left over? 24. Also in 3 times table. How many 3s are in 30? 10. How many 3s are in 24? 8. So therefore I know 54 divided by 3 is these two numbers added together is 18. Now I need to times my answer by the numerator. 18 times by 2 is 36. I didn't have to look just there, I worked it out in my head. Question 18. 348 grams plus something equals 559. Grams. If you're not sure what grams are, we use them when we measure how much something weighs. It's the mass of an object. The pencil that I hope you're holding in your hand just now, it's probably about 4 or 5 grams. If you've got a pen, maybe it's a little bit heavier, maybe it's something like 8 or 9 grams. This whiteboard I'm holding here is about 16,000 grams. Or at least it feels like that. It's hurting my knee at the moment. Anyway, back to the question. In order to work this out, I can do the inverse. Inverse just means the opposite. So if I'm adding here, the inverse would be subtracting or taking away. Now, if I'm doing a subtraction question, I know that I need to start with a bigger number. 559, subtract 348. And when I work out this will give me the answer that goes just there. So 559, subtract 348. 9 subtract 8 is 1, 5 subtract 4 is 1, 5 subtract 3 is 2. 211 grams. If you remember to put grams there, well done. You might manage to remember the unit of measure, but I'll let you have it if you didn't put it there. Just try and remember it for next time. Question 19. 500, subtract 247. For this, I'm going to once again put it into column method, column subtraction. 0 subtract 7. I can't do that, so I'm going to have to borrow. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got another 0 there. I can't even borrow from this. So I'm going to have to borrow all the way from a hundreds column. So let's turn this 5 into a 4. And now I've got 10. Cool, I can borrow from 10. So let's turn this 10 into 9. And now I have 10 in the ones column. This isn't exactly accurate because this is not 4. This is actually 400. This is not 10. This is actually 100. It's now 90. Don't worry if that's very complicated. I've got another course that explains everything to do with place value to you. Maybe talk to mum and dad about getting that if you're not sure. 10 subtract 7 is 3. 9 subtract 4 is 5. 4 subtract 2 is 2. 253. Final question. If you're on 19 out of 19 at the moment, really, really well done. This is the decider to see if you have made it to arithmetic mastery. Let's get into it. 4 multiplied by 35 is equal to 150 subtract something. Just like we did in question 16. Working out one side will help us work out the other, because the equal sign here just means whatever the answer is here is the same as the answer here. With that in mind, 4 multiplied by 35. Let's partition it to make it easier. In the ones column, I have 5 ones, which is equal to 5. In the tens column, I have 3 tens. That is equal to 30. Now I need to multiply 4 by 5, which is 20, and 4 by 30. Now, if that's too tricky for you, if you can't count in your 30s, don't worry. Instead, just cover up the 0, do 4 times 3, which is 12, and then add the 0 on, 120. Once that's done, you can then add these two numbers together to know that the total is 140. And now you need to think, what do I need to do with 150, subtracting wise, to get 140? How do I get there? I subtract 10. And that is the final answer. So, how did you do? I hope that you managed to learn something new by the way that I explained it. If you got 20 out of 20 and you've already got arithmetic mastery, amazing job. Just be warned, the next level is going to be a little bit harder. If you didn't get there, don't worry. It's only level 1. You've not had a chance to practice and learn from me just yet. So, better luck next time. I look forward to seeing you in the next level. I'm Ross. This has been Teacher's Perspective. See you next time.